Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is my first video in Dr. Jaya's Love for Learning. We shall see about University Education Commission, Radhakrishna Commission 1948-1949. The major objectives, recommendations, highlights and limitation of this commission will be discussed in this video. This commission was put forward by Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, a distinguished scholar, former Vice Chancellor of Banaras Hindu University, second President of India, Professor of Eastern Religions and Ethics at the University of Oxford, Chairman of University Education Commission. University Education Commission was the first education commission set up in the independent India under the chairmanship of Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. Inaugurated by Abdul Kalam Azad, the then Minister of Education. Main objective was for the reorganization and improvement of university education in India. The report was submitted in 25th August 1949. The members of this commission were Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, Dr. Tara Chand, Dr. James F. Duff, Dr. Zakir Hussain, Dr. Arthur E. Morgan, Dr. A. Lakshmanaswamy Mudaliar, Dr. Meghnad Saha, Dr. Karam Narayan Bal, Dr. John J. Tigert, Sri Nirmal Kumar Siddhanta were the members of this commission. The major recommendations of this commission are aims of university education, teaching staff, duration of course and working days, research facilities, professional education, medium of instruction, religious and moral instruction, scholarships, UGC, teacher education and training, rural universities, education of women, reform of education system, examination. The aims of university education. Education is a lifelong process, training for leadership, social efficiency, development of knowledge and wisdom, love for higher values of life, cultural progress, impart professional and vocational training. Teaching staff depends on quality of teachers. Four categories of university teachers: professors, readers, lecturers and instructors. Attempts to improve their qualification and quality. Pay scales and service condition should be decent and dignified. Promotion should be based on merit. Leave for higher studies. Ratio of junior and senior posts should be 2:1. Age of retirement should be 60. For professors, 64 years. Duration of course and working days. Admission only after 12 years of school education. Working days should be 180 days excluding examination days. Number of students for a university and affiliated college should be 3000 is to 1500. Research facilities. Attract young teaching personnel by offering decent salaries. Every university should have certain number of research fellowships to encourage research. Professional education like agriculture, commerce, education, engineering and technology, law, medicine, business administration, public administration and industrial relations to be considered. Medium of instruction. In addition to mother tongue and Hindi, English should be taught at secondary and university level. English as a medium of instruction for higher education. Introduction of tutorial system. Religious and moral instruction. Students must understand the basic principles of all religion. Develop a spirit of religious tolerance and secularism. The curriculum must have its base of Indian history and Indian philosophy. Scholarships for meritorious and financially backward students. NCC, NSS and other schemes to be introduced as co-curricular activities. UGC, University Grants Commission, should be appointed to supervise the universities all over India and to allocate funds for its functioning. Teacher education and training. Importance should be given to practice of teaching in schools. While evaluating the work of students, special attention should be given to their success in teaching works. Only suitable schools should be selected for practice of teaching. Rural universities to facilitate rural reconstruction with special reference to agriculture and industry. Education of women. Adequate facilities and conducive atmosphere to women colleges and universities as provided to men colleges and universities. Reform of education system, examination, organization and method of examination should be thoroughly restructured. Essay type questions should be supplemented by objective type of questions and oral test. Internal assessment should be introduced. The major highlights of this commission: it was the first university commission in independent India. Takes into account the entire aspects of university education. Harmonized Oriental and Occidental cultures. Highlighted serious defects in university education. The major limitations of this commission: views on religious and moral education was vague and ambiguous. Reform of the system was not satisfactory. Medium of instruction and establishment of rural university did not prove to be effective. Thank you. Hope you like this video. For further updates, subscribe Dr. Jaya's Love for Learning. Thank you very much.